Hello and welcome to our Stebbington podcast, Guardians of the Gigabyte. I'm Steph.
And I'm Debs. And together, we are the nerds you need.
Helping businesses become more efficient by utilising systems and software and improving their processes.
And whilst that may sound a little bit boring, we also like to sprinkle in a lot of fun.
So relax,
Get yourself a cuppa.
and join us for half an hour of insight and amusement. Hello and welcome
to another episode of Guardians of the Gigabyte.
Whoop whoop! I'm Steph,
And I am Debs.
and together we are
Stebbington Limited. Helping businesses become more efficient by utilising systems and software to make your life easier.
And because we're system agnostic, we get to play on all the systems.
All of them.
All the systems.
Stephanie, we are now into July. July 2025. How did that happen?
Straight away, I went, summer holidays, T minus 21 days.
They're coming soon. Oh, no.
It's going to be great. Do you know what we say about them? But then I got reminded the other day that in Ireland, they have 3 months off. So I'm glad we moved over for the first summer holidays of Robin's school life.
3 months off, though. But then they don't get some... Do they not get...
No, they get all the holidays.
What? Did they ever at school?
They get less time. They actually... Well, when Robin started school there, she was going in 8:30 to 1:30. Oh, no, 1:10. That was her school day.
Yeah, but she was like 4.
She was 5. She was school age, mate. I'm not cruel. She was ready for school and so were we. Yeah. But yeah, whereas obviously in England, she starts 8:30 in the morning and finishes at 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just the first year, but I don't think they are as late. There's more homework. But anyway, yes, summer holidays is imminent. But it's okay. We have a plan. I'm organised. You're going to have a half the time. Did I not?
We have not cleared that.
I thought we were in this
Tell
together.
me, so as you know, as a woman business owner, what do you do to get prepared for all that?
I make sure I have plenty of vodka and rocking in the corner time. I feel like that's a really important step people miss. No, in all seriousness, it's just about being organised and being nice, like kind of being realistic and going, look, okay, so I feel like because there's a lot of working at home parents, a lot of us there, it's more common. So you go, during the summer holidays, people don't necessarily expect such availability, I think. Yeah. I think there's a little bit of understanding there. And everyone's going on holidays and stuff, aren't they? But then it's just actually organising it. So like there's certain days she's in camp, there'll be days when she's at home. So if she's at home, then I'll make sure she'll schedule in a couple of hours to us in the middle of the day. So again, my working day looks a bit different because I can start a bit earlier, but I'll have to have breaks in between or palm her off to other people. Yeah. Play dates are now my thing.
Play dates are the key.
Play dates, and it's okay. The play dates are at my house because it means they can have the run of the house, and she's got a buddy, and I think that's important. But genuinely, it is having a plan. I think this, and I don't know, other parents might be different, but for me to manage it, I have to just know and go, right, okay, so the Sunday for the next week, we literally can draw out the next week. So Robin knows what she's doing, I know what we're doing, and we've got something there. So she's a good kid, do you know what I mean? But I'm very aware that I don't want to just leave and go, just, entertain yourself all day, every day. It's not really...
It's hard though, isn't it? Because I remember when I was in summer holidays, I had to entertain myself all day.
But you see... Well, I had 4 sisters, and we were carted off to my grandparents every summer holidays. Well, not carted off, but we always
grandparents and stuff like that.
we spent that. So, like, my mum will have Robin for a week, and they love that, and I love that, and it's really nice for me and Lee, and it's really nice for Robin and my mum, obviously, that they have that. But yeah, we entertained, but I think this is where the kind of world's changed a little bit. But also, I suppose I'm very aware she's an only child. So it's just I don't want her just sitting in front of a screen, and because I know the old ADHD hyper focus comes in, so it's just having to
where you are staring at a screen.
I'm literally I'm staring at a screen, but nothing else exists, and then suddenly she says to me, "Oh my god, I've got a child here." I don't want to do that. So it is being organised and having a plan, and then and
being kind to yourself as well.
Just saying you're not going to achieve everything.
When you're like to me, oh mate, I need to log off for an hour or so. I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than you were worrying or like stressing, because you're not productive, are you? If you're stressing, or if your mind is somewhere else, if you're thinking what are they doing all the time, or like you're worrying that you're not giving them something, then you're not doing your best. You're not being your best self.
No, and I find that having that one-on-one time like that, she is good, because we'll do an activity together, have some lunch, and be no screens. Then I can go back to work, and she's fine because she wants time alone again. She's like, Mum, I've had enough.
She is cool.
Back off?
She's like the coolest kid. She's like, no, I'm cool now. I'm putting my sleep mask on. I'm gonna go and have a nap.
Oh, she was sitting there with a neck thing yesterday as well, laying there in bed with her croissant and her neck in a sleeping mask, and you just think, what have I created? Like a monster.
Yeah. No, a monster. I think cool kid.
Yeah,
she's the kind of kid I can hang out with. She doesn't want to do much. I'm like, should we watch this Disney film? Yes, cool. Should we get snacks? Yes, cool.
Can we just sit here and do nothing? Yeah, cool. She does like her own time, and I like that. And I feel like this is something, because she probably sees me from it, where when we go somewhere and we've had people, then she will take herself off. She's like, I just want some alone time now. And I'm like, that's cool. The fact that you can, know that, and go, okay, I need some alone time, instead of sitting there with us and then getting annoyed because people are talking. She just goes, no, I'm just going to go do my own thing, read her book.
Well, I tell you what did you do yesterday?
Well, not much.
But
me and Robin, we did create an app, which was very cool. Very cool. So it was times tables. It was called the Maths Adventure. And you had timed questions, easy practice, and then mixed questions. And it was all just times table. It's just getting them to remember the times table. But it was really impressive. It was on, I don't know that I'm going to say it right.
Replit.
Or
replit.
Replit. We have to be careful with that one. Replit. Anyway.
RAPLIT.
Check it out. It was cool, but you could put in the prompts, put in what you wanted, and we it wasn't, there was a couple of tweaks that needed to be made after it first created, but it created it all, and then you can deploy it, and it can actually be an iOS or an Android app as well as online. So watch this space. It was amazing though, but it just shows how far AI has come, right? And there is so much that you can do, but I know on the other side, the thing was, it was all right, but it wasn't 100%. Like, we had to do a load of tweaks. They would repeat the questions, little things that you would automatically do as a human. You obviously have to tell the machine to do. And it wasn't 100%. Like, it was good. It was great. We had a good fun couple of hours, created it. She tested it. We kind of honed it in a little bit. She now wants to share it with all her friends. I've said not yet. Standard. But it was amazing. Like, there's software out there now that can just do that. It's been brilliant.
And I think, because we had a client who needed a booking. They do a lot of parties, and then they wanted to make a booking thing where you can say how many tickets are left, and etc. And he built one which was very similar, where it was just sort of the prompts and stuff like that. But like you said, it is sometimes it seems like that would be the easiest way to do stuff, but I don't always think, unless you are quite technology minded, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Well, yeah, and it's also how accurate. Sometimes, like ChatGPT is great, but sometimes it makes things up or hallucinates, as someone said the other day to me. Sometimes it does, and they do. They're not 100%. And this is obviously with what we do. You want to make sure you can't trust something that only works 70% of the time. Yeah. Because, okay, that's great, only a 30% error, but it's 30% of the time you don't know.
And if that's customer-facing interactions, that's 30% of your customer-facing interactions that go wrong.
That's not a stat that we can work with right now.
It feels a bit like when you work with Virgin Media. I feel like 30% of the time they mess up.
But it's okay 70% of the time. Yeah. but that's it, isn't it, with AI? And I feel like, again, we've got to utilise it. AI is here. Let's embrace it. And I know that we do, obviously, within the systems, we can utilise it. But if I was, say, extracting information, I would go to coding before AI, because sometimes AI will just make things up. Yeah. Like, it just randomly. You don't know when and where it's going to do it. Whereas with coding, you can go, no, I want to extract that. It's going to extract that specific
thing. I think that's the funny thing, isn't it? Because I know with Ole Chatters, as I like to call it.
I call it Chaz. I'm like, good morning, Chaz.
I call him Chatters.
Gem for Gemini.
Gem, yeah.
Right. Though, the different with the privacy, isn't it? So ChatGPT, if you're paid, you can turn it off so your information isn't being used to teach it.
Yes.
Whereas in Gemini, you can't do that. So again, public service warning or announcement, be careful with what you're using in AI.
Yeah.
Because
if you're putting a spreadsheet in with names and emails, don't do that. Because if you're not paying for ChatGPT or Gemini, then they use that because it all works, because it all learns off all of the stuff over the internet, over the ChatGPT. So it's just like, oh, that's so and so's name and email address. That's fine, but there will be a way at one point, and I predict this, that there will be a downfall where all of the information that's been put into ChatGPT is going to get hacked and then pushed out. So. Don't put email addresses,
personal
bank
data.
Details.
Oh God, no. just be GDPR compliant.
Yeah, whilst using it.
I mean, Copilot, I think is definitely more locked down because it's Microsoft. But I mean, I'm chat.
I just think just be careful.
But yeah, it is.
But what I was going to say was the thing that I find when we're talking about sometimes it doesn't know. The one that makes me laugh is when you ask it a question and it gives you two answers. It's like, which one works for you? I'm like, well...
Which one's right?
Yeah, whichever one is correct, my friend. And we get that a lot.
Yeah.
And also with coding, the amount of times I've argued with it, and I'm like, no, this isn't right. It's like, no. It is right. And I'm like, it is not right, Chatters.
I had one because I wanted to change the font, and it was about 6 pages of coding, and I was like, I'll be honest, I'm not doing that. I was like... Oh, Chaz, could you just tweak this?
One of the great things about using ChatGPT, if you do have a lot of code that doesn't have any personal information in, you can ask it just to update it. That's
literally. I'm like, can you just change all of this?
These are my fields. Can you just write this down? Yes. Okay, cool.
Though I'm going to use find and replace next time, because last time it did it. It took half the code out.
Yeah, that does
that. Again, but this is again where you have, it's useful for that, but we know what we're looking at. So you can't just put something in and trust. Like I had one the other week, I had a query. ChatGPT was telling me something, but I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to verify that with an actual expert. Yeah. In that. Like it was to do with tenancy agreements. But yeah, let's actually, sometimes it's worth checking because there is a lot of fake information. Like that, again, sometimes AI just makes stuff up.
Well, it's just taking it off the internet. Like it's not doing anything...
It's not doing the source checks.
No.
Like where you have to go.
So most people have said this, so this is probably what it is. And you know how much gumph is on the internet. Right?
So much that we roll our eyes so much. Like, so many lies. Yeah. So you watch a TikTok, you then have to fact check because it could have been made by AI. That actually is, I think, quite scary with some of the stuff that they can do. Where they can take a picture of two people and then create a movie of them kissing. Mm-hmm. I think that's quite, we were saying this before, where there should be legislation around that kind of thing now, because this is an era where it's all about the digital. If that kind of thing can happen, then there's some really horrible people out there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of great people.
I think that will happen when something bad's happened. Then they'll be like, oh gosh, we better write some
sort
of legislation now, and I'll just do it now.
Yeah, be proactive.
I mean, I'm sure they are because they can see it.
Well, I can imagine there's a lot of things, isn't there? Because I know there is something with the government and, like, say, Twitter or X, Twitter. Because
it's always Twitter.
Always, just because stuff hit, like. But like that, because they're saying, because we have such guidelines, that the fake news, that's so widely spread in some countries, and there is nothing. Whereas in England, we do have certain things.
We still have
place.
TikTok though, and then that's a lot of fake news getting spread around.
Not as bad as what's Truth Social. Truth Social. Oh my God. That's the thing. But also embrace AI, because we're saying, okay, look, there is some negatives, but there's also a lot of positives. Yeah. So like summaries of things. So I'm sure everyone, or not everyone, but if you're using Zoom or Teams or Google Meets, are you using what are they called?
Summaries,
transcription services. Yeah, someone to record it, because they're like, we use Read AI as well as AI Companion, and they're just so useful. So I would always say, like, stuff like that, because then you can put that into your CRM. You've got a nice summary there. You haven't had to write anything or do anything. You can just take it out and put it in there.
And it's so good with if we have meetings. So originally we'd have meetings with clients and you'd be writing notes. Now my handwriting is terrible, or I think, I know what that will mean. And then you come back to it sort of a week later
and you don't.
I'm like, I have absolutely no idea what that means.
The other day, one of my notes was integrate.
Good.
What?
That's
what am
we
I
do.
Who knows? Let's find out. And this is why we now always
and yeah, but having the AI companion and having recording meetings and all of that, it's just been a game changer for me, because with my MS, sometimes I forget stuff. So having that as a tool to go back to and go, oh yes, we did discuss that. Let's get that bit sorted. I think it's been great. Yeah. And the same with when you're writing, if you're unsure about a formula or something, use ChatGPT. Because if you tend to use it, in the old days, if I was using Google, you'd put it in. And unless you knew exactly what you needed to write into Google, you would have pages and pages of either way too complex formulas, because you didn't really need that, or like people that
just not relevant.
Not relevant stuff. But whereas ChatGPT is like, I've got this column, and this column. I need this to do this. What do I do? Yeah, done.
So it is useful.
So it just saves you time. It saves your brain, rather than thinking, oh, I can't remember. I did that before. How did I do that before? Just pop it in there. So it is, to embrace it is great. I mean, it's like I said, it's been really helpful for us. If I have a long piece of code and I'm like, I need to change I don't know, I put the wrong API name or something, and can you just rewrite this with this API name? Beep, done. Saves a time saver. It's just amazing. So yeah,
definitely. And also, I think again, there's other bits that you can use within a CRM when it like scrapes the client's website. So if you put their website in, it will automatically summarize, kind of just give you an overview of their business, and that's AI. That's very useful to have, isn't it? I'm trying to think of other things that we've utilized within your workflows and within your operational day-to-day. It's always worth looking now. Some of it won't be relevant. And again, we do have to think about GDPR when you're using AI. But there are certain things, like in the sales teams, I think AI is becoming really useful because for those summaries and website scraping and all that they can do.
Yeah, things I suppose if you'd written something, you could pop it in there and go, can you make this sound more... or, things like
more
that.
Professional, do that one. Or in ChatGPT, you can create GPTs. So you can create your own little databases, and you can do the same in Replit, whatever that one is. You can create your own little, to be fair, you can do this in many systems now, but creating your own like database for your own staff. So if you had like onboarding manuals, or if you had standard operating procedures, you could actually put them in. Or if you have a new person onboarding, there's certain things they have to learn. You can do little kind of like a mini course, like welcome you into the company. Now you need to set up your email. Now you need to put in your signature and do this, this and this. And you can create those within ChatGPT, like a GPTs or GPTs. I don't know what they're called exactly. But yeah, just to say, again, a really useful tool internally, because it wouldn't have to have loads of personal data. You can lock it down so only internal people can see it. But it's a place for people to go, that's where all of that is. And we can go through it.
And also, you can ask ChatGPT, if your business was a film, what film would it be? Do you know what ours was?
What?
Because, of course, I've done that.
I know, straight away, mate. Yeah, of course.
Like, what? It would be Inception. Have you seen Inception?
No.
Okay.
I tried to do it. Pretty sure I've seen the cover of it and went, not for Steph.
Well, it's kind of like the idea is that we come up with the idea and we sort of incept it into... I can't remember what the thing was. I might try and dig it out and put it as a screenshot now so you can read it yourself. Made sense, and I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, and also you can ask it what you think it looks like, what it thinks you look like, which it got really confused because you speak to it differently to how I speak to it. I was speaking Spanish to it the other day, and then I was like, I'm just doing this for the lols, and Chatters was just like, it's so funny.
Yeah, so I don't have that relationship. We're very much a working relationship.
Yeah.
Me and
Gemini we butt heads a lot. I don't like Gemini, but me and Chatters we're like that.
I've never asked those questions. I ask it like,
and I'm the reason when we take it back to last month's sustainability, I'm the one using all the carbon because I get a little bit confused and I think, I'm a bit inspired to ask ChatGPT something.
Wasting carbon emissions to find out what film would Stebbington be.
What does it think it looks like?
Oh. And what did it say?
I can't remember, but it sent me a picture.
Well, there you go.
On Tinder.
Ask ChatGPT. This is the thing. This is when with AI, not automation, love it. With AI, is you could have 5 people ask the same question and they will not all get the same
exactly.
answer. And that's the reason why we love AI, embrace AI, utilize AI, but please
don't
be
rely on
aware.
Yeah.
Aware of that. I feel like in some ways it's not overhyped, but I feel like they're saying it's where it is, where it's actually like you can create a CRM via AI. Great.
Yeah.
Will the CRM work? Not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And that's
Will it
the
work
thing.
all the time?
Probably not.
Probably only 70% of the time.
Will it make up data? Pretty much 100%. So not all the data, but yeah, it's
And
just
that's the other thing is that what we do when we're implementing systems, the majority of the time takes is the testing, and that's what AI won't do. So AI will go, yeah, here you go, there you go. And then if you're just sitting there and relying on it, you then have to test what happens if this person comes in on this day and they have this bit of information. There's all the different types of testing you have to do when you're implementing anything really, which I think a lot of people don't. And that's where errors come up. That's where systems get sloppy. That's where it all gets a bit messy. And AI won't necessarily do that. And I mean, it probably does if you've got. We're sort of talking as the general off-the-shelf AI. Obviously, there's going to be
not
stuff
the AI
in there.
products because you can those
you can pay a lot of money and then you can have all of that, and you can there's a lot of AI experts out there that obviously give those kind of products. So we're not saying it on those, but we're saying on the general ones.
The one thing you'll just get off
see off Google, and that they won't be doing all the testing. So if you're thinking, I'm just going to cut a corner and use get a CRM built for me, you have to have done all the prep work before that. What do you want it to do? What are the maps? What are the processes? And then really make sure every single step of that process is tested on this new CRM that you've built.
I was going to say, and probably allocate yourself like a good few hours because it's going to be
a couple of days.
Or you could just go and get a free one off the shelf.
That's
where we're at the moment. But AI
is the future.
Is iRobot going to happen? Let's find out.
Oh, I like that film.
Yeah, it was.
Have you seen that film?
Yes, I have. I've seen that film.
Just checking.
That's why I managed to bring it up. I mean, it was like 20 years ago. I was way more kind of braver back then.
Yeah, no, it's a good, I do like that film.
It's a good one. So on that note, I'm going to ask you this month, what's been your favourite bit of automation in July so far?
Well, I tell you what, I've done some really cool stuff with, so we had Mighty Networks as a community platform. We've integrated that into Monday.com and Ticket Tailor into Monday.com. And then I was kind of playing around a lot with JavaScript in Zapier and coding in Zapier and webhooks. So been playing because some of so for instance, Mighty Networks didn't quite give me the information that I needed out of Monday.com. Monday.com didn't quite give the information that I needed. So what I had to do was write a bit of code where it kind of pulled all this information out of Monday, pulled it out of Mighty, worked it all out, and then put it back into where it was meant to be. Nice. Which beforehand, I don't think a lot of people know that you can do that sort of stuff. So Zapier is kind of like not giving you quite what you want. Obviously, you click on the app and it'll tell you what the actions it can do. But sometimes there might be one on there that, but just to let you know that even if that is the case, you can still do it quite often with webhooks or coding. So basically, it just made it so much easier. So once somebody RSVP'd on Mighty Networks, they were added to the correct Monday board, tidied up, put all the information in. All the information was pulled through from everything else, which actually ended up saving the customer like hours because they would be doing this all on a spreadsheet before. So, and now it's all just automatic.
I do love that. And I feel like we do say it a lot, but with Zapier, but do you know what? This is what makes Zapier so powerful is the extra tools it has. Like Zap managers. So if any Zap has an error, if you have an error on Zap, it will automatically email you if you've got the notifications on. But you can do it so that it automatically creates an Asana task. And it does. And it's called Zap Manager. And it's just, between that, Canvas, you have Zap chatbots, you have Zapier tables. They really do. Like you said, it is about kind of getting all the information in. Zapier can sort it out and then put it what you need will then be added into the relevant software. And it's just whoever came up with that, I swear, like
Mr. Zap. Or Mr.
I know
Zape.
for a fact that that's not his name, but I wish it was. I wish it was Zapier.
Zapier. Somebody would say it that
Mr.
way. Mr.
Zapier.
And he's like French.
Oui.
Oui, Zapier.
We're going to stop there with the French.
Let me tell you. Right, let me ask you the same question. What have you done to save time for a client?
Well, wasn't for a client. It was actually for us.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome. I like to do these things. Airtable. We don't talk about it as much as we used to, but it is still one of my solid favourites.
What did you do? I mean, I know what she did.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, do you want me to lay it out?
Let everyone know. What did you do?
So what happens is when you think you're talking to us, you're not. No, I'm joking. Of course you are. But it was internal operations. So it was grabbing, because the one thing with Airtable is it doesn't have the email integration. So you can email out from Airtable. That works lovely. And I'm pretty sure you can email in, but when it comes in, there's no
formatting.
Yeah, there's no like, how do you know what's it going to create? Yeah. So it was passing the email. So again, the email gets sent, it gets copied in to an inbox. When that email comes in, it then gets passed. So all the information gets extracted and then put in to where we need it to go.
Is that with Zapier or just
Zapier and Airtable?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Gmail. Just because because we needed it. So it's because that's the thing with CRMs. We've had Airtable since we started, so that's one thing. But most of our clients, when it comes to CRMs, we would recommend more of one with email integration, because so much business is done on emails. So that is the downfall I find with Airtable. So it's quite nice to actually do that as well for us, so that, because it's nice to know when you click on a client, you've got all those emails and conversations. You're not searching. That's the whole point, right? To have the one source of truth there. So yeah, it was just an interesting one to do, and I quite like it when we do stuff for us.
Yeah.
I love doing stuff for the clients, but when it's saving you, it's that thing, isn't it? Working on the business instead of just in it and taking that time. And when that's been hanging on my to-do list for a little while now. So it was nice to just go, it's done.
Asana.
And that's it.
Done.
Oh, I do love Asana as well still. I think I just love systems. It's just that thing of when I hear about businesses being run still on spreadsheets, it's no judgment. There is no judgment on it. I get why. Same way when so many businesses, when they start a new business, they automatically go to Microsoft because it's what they know. And I 100% get that. But that I just feel like they are missing a trick when it comes to software, because yes, there is the implementation. And of course, this is why Stebbington exists, is to help take the headache away from that. But it is purely the mental load that a business owner carries. Having a system as a support network kind of thing of going, don't worry, I'll tell you what you've got to do today. And having those processes and the automation, it saves little minutes, but those minutes add up to hours. And
also, but the spreadsheet thing is mad, isn't it? Because I want to give you a little tip here. If you have a spreadsheet with lots of tabs and you delete one tab, you cannot bring that tab back. No. It's not. You can't control Z. You can't. It's Control Z. You can't undo it. Literally, it is gone. So we've had it before where somebody's got loads of formulas or something in that one tab. Somebody deletes it, breaks the whole thing, and you can't get it back.
No,
you can't get it back. And there's businesses out there that are running really big businesses using that, and you're just trusting people not to right click and delete.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not efficient either, because you're you can have macros and you can have certain things within Excel. And to be fair, you can automate certain things again via Make or Zapier, or even Pabbly, you can use Excel. But there's so much more you get from a CRM. Yeah. They are literally built for this, or even project management. When you look at people managing projects on a spreadsheet, again, I do get it, but there are software out there that will help
make it
you
nicer and easier.
Yeah, and it's that, isn't it? It's literally making your life easier. So get a cool link, automate everything, not the customer facing things, of course, but it's those little things in the background, like that, adding an email into the record, automatically creating a contract when you're onboarding someone, adding them automatically to your email things via.
Well, just having one place. If you've got a contact and then all the information for that contact is in, it all branches off. You can have pipelines. Yeah. Then that job will go into that pipeline, and you've only got one place to update. This is and
you don't need all the software to have. Like if I was to have, well, we do. We have a CRM and we have a project management. The project management, it doesn't need everything. It just needs about that specific project. But you know that there's a connection with the client. So when the project's finished, it updates the client in the CRM. And it's
making your life easy.
It just saves you so much.
But if you needed any help with that, then as always, we are available. If you wanted to drop us an email on admin@stebbington.com. Stebbington with 2 B's. Stebbington.com. Or have a look at our website at www.stebbington.com.
Or if you're on social media, we are on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, I think
Insta.
Instagram.
We are on
YouTube,
Instagram.
of course, because this is how you would have found Guardians of the Gigabyte.
Yes.
And that's it. So, yes, if you need any help, give us a shout. If you have any questions or if there's any specific topic you would like us to discuss, give us a shout.
And tune in next month where Steph will be a lot greyer. and we might even have a guest.
We might have a guest 8-year-old. Oh, we should probably do that just for the giggles.
Just for the lols. Anyway, we will see you next month. Have a great time. And if you are going away this summer, have a great time.
Safe travels. Be safe.
Be
Always.
safe. Bye.
Bye. And thank you for watching.